Yeah, I've been thinking about this for quite a while, but wasn't able to describe it to a level of satisfaction, to my satisfaction. So trading is essentially, now that I've traded for a while, uh, is essentially it's a loss to profit kind of a situation. And I've touched on this in the past. Essentially, if my win to loss ratio if my win to loss ratio is essentially if I win if I win 7 times and lose 3 times, okay. So or if I do 5 and 5, okay. Or it could be 4 to 6, or it could be 3 to 7. So that means that in order to be profitable, I would have to, in this case, win 7 times, lose 3. That means that I can actually make less on the trade than when I lose. So the stop loss can be bigger than take profit. Now, when it's 5-5, that means that take profit bigger than stop loss. Same here. So I've been thinking about this. Now it all comes into probability. So may behave a stock may behave like it's perfectly in an uptrend, and then as soon as I enter, it could either drop or it could just continue on doing what it's doing. Okay, and so there is a probability. There's a probability that this could happen. Now, when that happens, now when that happens, I could. There's a certain probability. That means that I would lose the trade because I'm setting my loss at this point. So whenever I enter into a trade, there's going to be associated with a loss. And so the bigger the risk, the bigger the loss. Bigger the risk, the bigger gain. There is this component, however, that I need to understand a little more. I need to understand this part of it a little more. Because what happens is that if I do a huge size, when I do a huge size and I'm thinking it's going to go up, but what happens is it's going to knock me out. And if I miss it, if I repeat that many times, what it's going to do is it's going to cause my account to essentially just break down. And so what I need to be aware of is that there has to be a stop loss, and it cannot exist without. I cannot trade without a stop loss. It's not. Even though what will happen is that it's possible. It's possible. It's possible it's going to go here and then immediately come back up to do that. But I have to have a stop loss. Stop loss is going to ensure me from seeing this case where the account just there's a psychological thing that occurs here. As soon as it crosses this point, the mind is just, my mind certainly, does not want to fix it. Therefore, the stop loss right here is very, very important. And that needs to be balanced with, there has to be a balance between recognition of a good setup that can be repeated over and over again with stop loss that is consistently employed. When that happens, the loss will be absorbed by the gains. On a statistical basis. Okay. So I need to understand this principle. It is very, very important. So there has to be a balance of there has to be a balance of risk, stop loss, and setup. These are the critical trifecta of uh, this is a trifecta of day trading, proper day trading. So maybe I should call it RiSS. Okay, risk, stop loss, and setup. That needs to have a balance. RiSS.